Hello, friends. Welcome to Level Up with Debbie Neal. I am your host. There is nowhere I would rather be than right here, right now with you. This podcast is all about leveling up in all aspects of our lives. Thank you for being here. I am so grateful. I'm excited to be on this journey with you. Together, we are leveling up. You ready? Hello, my Level Up friends. I hope you are amazing today. So you know what I want to talk about today? We're going to talk about something that no one loves, but it is part of my business. It's part of your business, and it is part of sales in general. We're going to talk about rejection, and we're going to talk about objections. And rejection is a really interesting word. And so for me, I see rejection as redirection. I see rejection as sometimes just God's protection overall, but sometimes a no is truly a no. And honestly, friends, we need to be okay with that, and that's fine. But whether it's personal or professional, you need to know that as amazing as you are, someone might not want to be in a relationship with you. That's fine. Someone might not want to be friends with you. Okay. Someone may not want to join you or do business with you or buy from you, and they are allowed to say no. And you are allowed to stay the course and be excited and confident no matter what. And that's really important to know because I've seen so many people allow rejection into their heart. Rejection is part of what we do. Now, with that said, I don't love rejection. No one does. However, I do love what I do. I love who I am. I love what I have the ability to do and create with my business. And I understand that rejection is just part of it. And I'm so proud of what I do that I'm proud to stand in it, regardless of the outcome of an ask. So in other words, if I'm asking people to join me or I'm asking people to buy from me and they're a no, I'm still so proud of what I am building and selling. And so I want you to feel that exact same way. And you may be thinking, that isn't like me. I don't have that much belief. So how can I create that? And so what I want to let you know is that it's a process. And some start a business with tons of belief. And that really was me. And I don't know why I had so much belief. I never sold a thing in my life. I was never part of a network marketing company before. But when I say so much belief, it's like, I don't know, maybe it was just that decision. Like nobody could derail me. I was rock solid. However, even though I started with that, doesn't mean that was going to sustain. I had to build my belief every single day. And I'm very consistent in my love for what I'm creating every day. I'm consistent with my belief in my industry every day. I'm consistent with my activity, and I'm always setting goals, and I'm committed to growth. And so when you commit to consistency, when you commit for the long haul, when you work on your mindset, you are going to build that belief. And so before we get into today's topic, which is how to turn objections into opportunities, I want to be clear that it all starts with mindset, with commitment, and with belief. Like it's more than just turning a no into a yes or a no into I want to know more. It's like you as a leader, it's the way you show up. So do you believe that what you have is amazing? Do you believe in your products? Do you believe in your business model and opportunity? When we do believe, we know. And when we know and believe that we have something special and of value, we share it with people. When we don't believe, what we do is it doesn't come off intentionally, but we come off kind of needy and a little bit of desperate energy. And although it's not intentional, it can be felt. So I want to talk about two analogies that I know I've talked about, before. One is the chocolate cake analogy. Okay. So if I made this chocolate cake, which by the way, on a totally different note, people, I don't even know what just chocolate cake made me think of this. I have seen so many recipes lately with cottage cheese, cocoa powder, like all of these things to make like a healthy chocolate mousse. I made mine, it looked like dog food with chunks of cheese. So if any of you people have an idea of something better, but let's say I didn't make that. I made an actual chocolate cake, like a molten chocolate cake, delicious, delicious, delicious. And I'm like offering it to you. And I'm like, you have to try this. And they'd be like, Deb, I don't want to try it. I'm going on vacation. I don't want to eat sugar. Okay. So long story short, you've either been the person forcing the cake or you've been the recipient of like the cake, right? So like when somebody finally gets that fork of cake in your mouth, it's not like you're like, ugh, what's wrong with them? They were so pushy. They were so annoying. Like, no, you're like, oh, this is good. Or I wish I didn't have it, but they were so excited that I took it, right? And that's an analogy because you'd never be like, oh my gosh, like maybe they don't want the cake or maybe this is not for them. Like you just have this childlike belief that they need to try this cake. And another analogy I use all the time is like if you really believe in the value that your business has and you're so excited to share it with people, I used a lottery analogy. Now, I'm not associating that the business is a lottery, totally different. But like, let's just say you played the lottery with your friend and you played the lottery together every single week. And he or she played their birthday, their kid's birthday, their wedding anniversary, their lucky numbers. Like you knew their numbers by heart. And then they weren't with you one day when the winning lottery came in and you saw that it was their numbers. Like you know them by heart and you were like, calling them like, you have to call me back. You're not going to believe this. You have this most amazing news. And so again, you're calling with so much excitement and passion that if they didn't call you back, you wouldn't be like, I wonder if they think I'm pushy. I wonder if they think I'm annoying. And so I know a business is different than this, but that's the type of belief that you want to have. Like again, when I call people and I'm excited about my business that I want to share, I genuinely believe that I have value to offer them. Like I'm like, they're going to be so excited to hear this. Is everybody excited to hear it? No. But I remind myself of those two analogies. Like, would I continue to call my friend? Would I continue to either tell them that they won or have them eat this chocolate cake? Yes, because I believe that they have to experience this. They have to know that, right? So if you think about it, none of us would get crushed if somebody didn't want our chocolate cake. And none of us would take it personally if somebody didn't call back to cash in on this amazing win that we're telling them about. So we would keep sharing it because we knew that it was like earth-shattering good, okay? Again, not comparing a business to those two things, but comparing the feeling of belief. So let's start with the mindset and the energy. And here are some objections. I'm going to go through some objections right now. I have actually gotten some requests for people to say, can you actually give us examples of how to deal with some objections and turn them into conversations? So keep in mind that the first few reasons why somebody is saying no is generally not the truth. Like sometimes it's like, I'll give you an example. And I've talked about this before. When the business was shared with me, I originally was a no. And then they got me really interested. Like I was like, wow, this is amazing. I want to know more. And they were like, great. Like there's a meeting Tuesday night. You need to come to this meeting. And I was like, I can't. My husband's out of town. My husband didn't even travel. Like I made it up. I lied. And I'm not even a liar. But my immediate thought was, I don't know where you're taking me. I don't want to get roped into a meeting. And I was interested. So when I just tell you that, keep in mind, the first things people tell you is generally not the truth. I know this from experience. So I want to let you know that I hear three things in my mind when I hear a no. Okay. It's either a not now. I hear, I don't know enough. Tell me more. Or I hear, show me this works. Now, with all that said, is it sometimes truly a no? Of course. What you do isn't for everyone. What I do isn't for everyone. And quite honestly, that's okay. It actually took me 19 years to realize that. Like, I'm like, everybody needs to do this. No, not everybody's going to want to do this with me. That's okay. There are different professions made for everyone. You know, one of the things about mine is I happen to be a very disciplined human being. I love to grow myself. I love challenges. Some people don't. Like some people want to work a job, when they get home, completely turn it off. In my business, I don't do that. It's not just what I do. It's part of who I am. And I'm always thinking about it. It's like it's intertwined in my life. That's not for everyone. Okay. That's a personal note. But first, when you invite people, right? You're inviting people to hear about your business or to experience your products. It's up to you to put value on it. Let them know you're excited. If you want people to take your business seriously, you must take your business seriously. And I've done an episode a while back of like how to do an in-person event, a business launch. And I talked about like things to say when you open it up, but you want to take it serious. The reality is that most people don't invite with passion. It's like, oh, I'm doing this thing. If you could stop by, like, I mean, if you don't make it a priority, people aren't going to make it a priority. So have two events. So it could go something like this. I just started a business. I'm really excited. I'm having two grand opening events. One is Thursday night at 7. The other one is Friday at noon. Which one works better for you? So if you notice, I didn't say, can you make it? Don't make the option of no a choice. Which one works better for you? And if you want 10 people to attend an event, you need to be inviting over 50. This is a numbers game, right? Average invite 10 people, if that, and then they're shocked when they have one person come at best. And with that said, you want to follow up with very expectant energy, like you expect to turn out, you expect them to be there. So something like this. Hey, not hey, I don't even like the word hey. Looking really forward to seeing you tonight at 7:00. It means the world to me. Thank you. Verse, just wanted to see if tonight still works for you. Once you give somebody an out, it's so easy. Like, you know what? Tonight did work. It really doesn't. We'll reschedule. Okay. So here's some examples of objections or rejections. All right. After you share, somebody could say, it's really not for me. I never just say, okay. I'd say something like, really? So what about it is not for you? And somebody would be like, I can't sell. Well, I would say something like, I felt the exact same way. In fact, when this was shared with me 19 years ago, the first thing I said is, I can't sell. I've never sold a thing in my life. But then I realized every one of us sell. Number one, we sell ourselves every day. But number two, we go to a really good restaurant. We tell our friends. We have somebody that does really good work in our home, whether that be painting or landscaping. We tell our friends. We have a really good cleaning woman. We tell our friends. So every single one of us are selling every single day. So I go that route. Okay. Somebody could say something to you like, I don't have any time. Oh, I get it. I felt the same exact way. So when this was shared with me, my children were 6 years old, 4 years old. My twins were 1.5, and I was watching 7 kids under the age of 5 in my home. I didn't have any time. But instead of using that as an excuse, which was valid, I actually used that as the reason to start my business. So let me ask you a question. If you had all the time in the world, what would you do with it? How would you love to spend your days? And I'd love to ask questions like that because all of some people might be like, wow, I never even thought about it. But if I had more time, I would do this. If I had more time, I would do that. You know what I love so much about my business is I want to help people connect the dots and allow them to dream again. Most people stop dreaming. They've started settling in a job, settling for a life, settling that they're just going to wish for Fridays and dread Mondays. And so I want to help them connect the dots that this could be the solution for them. So when they say, I don't have any time, that's not a leave me. I'm like, really? And I'm not going to try to convince them. If you have more time and you could do this and you could just work it. No, I want them on their own to that we create a dialogue and a connection. So somebody may say something to you like, I can't afford to start a business. Something that I would say is, I felt that way too. That for me is when I realized that's why I actually needed to start. Because there was really little amount to start a business with. And in my mind, if that was a lot, I needed to make some changes in my life because I was asked the question, where would you be 5 years from now if you keep doing, especially what you're doing financially? And I didn't see a difference. I don't know how it was going to change in 5 years. And I wanted a different life. And the definition of insanity is doing the same thing and expecting a different result. So I wanted more, but that means I had to do more. And again, plus it was minimal to start a business. And that's what really got me excited. And then kind of put the ball in their court. And they might say, well, what does it cost to get started? Or something else, right? So you're combating the obstacle, the objection with a conversation. You're having a conversation that's going to start to peel away the onion to get to the root of why somebody is really held back from doing this, right? And so a question that I would ask somebody even in this same thing is, if you had more money in your household, how would that change your life? I want to trigger something inside of them. Like, gosh, if you did have more money, and maybe they might say, gosh, I'd be able to go out on a date with my husband. Or maybe they'd say, maybe we wouldn't stress about our mortgage so much. Or I'd love to put my kids in summer camp, but I can't afford it. Well, what if I could show you how? Would you be open to learn more? So do you see what I'm saying? So their initial thing is, I don't have the money to start a business, but how we can help them connect the dots that this could be the solution. The idea is to allow the obstacle to lead to the solution for their problems. Ultimately, we have the ability to solve problems. Another one, I'm working all the time. I don't have any time, again, it goes back to time, but I'm working all the time. And I'd say something like, really? Tell me about what you do. And they might answer it. I'm an accountant, or, I'm an office manager or whatever. And I would say something like, so what do you love about it? What's your favorite thing about what you do now? And they may say things like, I love working with people. I love helping people. I love speaking. And whatever it is, I'm like, wow, I do that in my business, right? Again, it's that dialogue. And then I would say something like, so what do you not love about it? What don't you love about it? And they might say something like, I can't stand the commute, or I don't love the fact that I don't get to determine my worth. Or they might say, like, I don't love that I work 50 hours and my income hasn't changed in 4 years. And you can say something like, really? Well, that's what I love so much about what I do. There are no guarantees for income, but this is a merit-based business. And we have the opportunity to, if we work harder, if we do more, we have the ability to grow faster. Again, you're like, really? Like, I just said that I wish I was making more. So a couple of like stories of people in my business. There was this one person, I went to do a presentation, and I could tell that she was really, really interested. And at the end, I was like, what do you think? And she's like, this is amazing. Not for me. I'm like, why? And so when we kept peeling away the onion, what she said was like, well, I work, I'm out on maternity leave, and I have job security. And I'm like, that's amazing. What don't you love? And she's like, I don't love the commute. I'm not a morning person. I don't want to leave at 6 o'clock in the morning. Well, what if I can show you this? Would you be open to learning more? So again, I took that because I have such belief in this business. I'm not afraid to hear the word no, but I want to help somebody see how this could be the solution. I have a lot of teachers in my business, a lot. And so, one of the things, if I was talking to a teacher, I would say, tell me what you love about what you do. And some of the answers I hear that I love helping others. I love making a difference in the lives of children. And then I'd say something like, well, what don't you love? What's your least favorite? Well, I don't really love that it doesn't pay enough. I don't really love that I have to have several extra tutoring jobs to make ends meet. And then a solution would be like, hey, look, what if you just took a look at this? What I love so much about my business is, yes, I sell products, but what I love about it is I love helping other people, whether it's, using products they feel amazing about, or I love helping people start a business, or I love helping people develop. I love helping people become the very best version of themselves. I also heard you say that you love making a difference. That's a lot about what we do. We make a difference in people's health. We make a difference in people's mindset. We make a difference in people's confidence. I coach people to success with this business. Would you be open to learning more? So do you see, it's really easy to be like, I have a full-time job. I'm not interested. What do you love? What don't you love? Okay. When we were young, We used to dream of being anything, an astronaut, the president, a prince, princess. But as you get older, your dreams change, focusing less on running the world and more on how you can take your skills and ideas and turn them into something real. Instead of dreaming of going to space or owning a castle, maybe you start dreaming of owning your own business. You'll need a website, a payment plan, a logo, and a way to advertise to new customers. It can all be overwhelming and confusing, but thankfully, that is where today's sponsor, Shopify, comes in. Shopify is the commerce platform behind millions of businesses around the world and 10% of all e-commerce in the US, from household names like Mattel and Gymshark to brands just getting started. What if people haven't heard about my brand? Shopify helps you find your customers with easy to run email and social media campaigns. And what if I get stuck? Shopify is always around to share advice with their award-winning 24/7 customer service. Turn those dreams into and give them the best shot at success with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial and get selling today at shopify.com/level up. Go to shopify.com/level up. Shopify.com/level up. Here's another one. I don't know anyone who would be interested. Really? What makes you say that? Because I find that there are so many who are praying for what we have. People are praying for an opportunity to create more time flexibility in their life. They're praying for whether it's a little bit extra or more in their household. They're praying for more community. I think we could all agree there's a lot of negativity in the world, and people just want to be around positive people who talk about goals and ambition, and people are looking for really great products. And so they're out there. Those people are out there, and I'll help you. And here's another great thing. You'd be in business for yourself, but not by yourself. So do you see, like, you're an obstacle, or the objection was, I don't know anybody. Really? Right? And so one of the things, again, going back to that objection, is I don't know anybody that would be interested. And also, to be honest, you don't need a network to be successful. Maybe that's what you feel about the people that you know today. But if you have a vision of what you want your life to look like, and if you have a vision of the way you're going to grow your business, every single one of us meet new people every single day. I love making new friends. I help people connect the dots to see if this business could be a good fit for them. Again, it's creating that dialogue. Another one, I don't want to have to sell to my friends and family. I hear that a lot. But I say, you know what? I believe that will change once you see and feel the results of the products and how amazing they are. Everyone you know is using these kind of products already in their life. We want to share the products. They can experience them for themselves. They can try them. They can come to an event. They can taste them. And once you really see how you feel, you will probably be really excited to tell your friends and family about this. I know for me, once I saw the ingredient policy, I was convicted to share it. I truly feel like I'm serving the people that I know. If they don't want to buy from me, that's fine. But I want to show them how these products could really benefit them. Another one, I don't want to recruit my friends and family. So something I would say is, I understand that a lot of people feel that way. But when you learn more about what's possible, you will most likely feel different. This business has the ability to be as big or as small as someone wants. It's a fact that people are going to bed praying for more in their life. People are looking for ways to earn more. What if this can be the difference for them? We simply offer an opportunity. We simply share. What others do with that is their choice. I believe in this so much. I feel compelled to share. Average people fear a no. You want to know what I fear? I fear somebody looking me in the face and saying, why didn't you let me know how big this truly was? This could have been the difference for my family. And if this person that I'm talking to is a friend or family, I'd say, let me ask you this. I've talked to you a few times about this business. Have you felt that I was being pushy on you? Has it turned you off? Because I'm open to feedback. But a lot of times they're like, no, never. I'm like, so why do you feel other people will feel that way? And a lot of times when you peel away the layers, it's like they lack confidence. And then I tell them, like, I will help you. I will, you could borrow my belief. You could borrow my vision. I'm going to talk to your friends. I'm going to talk to your family. We're going to do events together. And so again, it's an objection is an opportunity to continue the conversation. Here's another one. I know someone that did this and they weren't successful. I'd say something like, well, honestly, I don't know their story. I don't even ask their name because I don't want to know the situation. But first, what I can tell you with so much humility, I'm different because most people give this business a try, but not me. I knew that there were no guarantees like anything in life. This takes work and it takes effort. However, my belief is that everyone has the ability to succeed. I heard things like that too, but it got me excited. I was committed to being evidence of what was possible. The truth is, the business works, people don't. So I don't know why they got the results they got, but I can help you create whatever results you desire. Another objection. I'm not going to do one of those things. Really? So let me ask you a question if that's okay. What do you mean by one of those things? And then let them talk. Don't get defensive, okay? Most people just don't understand. Don't take it personally. Ask questions, answer questions, but not on the defense from a professional point of view. And that's why it's also so important to understand and become a professional. I'm an ambassador of my industry. I'm a network marketing professional. Will everyone join me? No. But my goal is at minimum that if people don't understand the industry, that I can explain it to them so they have a better understanding. It's simply a distribution model. It's a way to sell product. And in my opinion, it's genius. If you think of a traditional business model, those products going from the manufacturer, the distributor, the wholesale, the warehouse, the advertising, and there's so many steps that get a piece before it gets to the end consumer. And in my business model, the products are manufactured and produced. They are shipped direct to the end consumer with no middlemen. So how does that benefit a customer? It benefits a customer because you're getting the best product, the best of science, the best of nature, the best ingredients at the best price because there's no middlemen. That's what I love. And that's how it benefits a customer. And it benefits people like me because I was able to start a business with little startup cost. I can sell product and earn a commission, but I could also build a team and earn an override on the team. It's absolutely brilliant. So friends, I hope you see some examples of how an objection as an opportunity to continue the conversation. Most of the time, a no is I want to learn more. I want to see more. And then I have fears that I don't want to tell you about. And we all have fears. Some of their fears might be, what if this doesn't work? What if I don't have the confidence? What if no one wants to join me? What if I fail? And so friends, we as leaders, we calm fears over time with our ability to connect the dots, vision, leadership, and evidence of success. One of the questions I get all the time is, I have someone that I know would be amazing. What more can I do for them to join me? And sometimes it just comes down to show them that this works. Stay consistent. Grow as a leader and grow through the ranks. Be success of evidence because evidence does calm fears. People are watching. Your heart will know when it's time to go back and share again with them and ask them. Every time we achieve a new win, our belief grows. And that could be a promotion. It could be a bonus. It could be a good event. It could be a new team member joining you. A win builds confidence. And action and activity builds the ability to win. We cannot win by thinking about what we need to do. We win by becoming. We win by activity. And as we win, as we build our belief, as we build our conviction, when that happens, we grow the ability to turn objections into opportunities to connect the dots as to why this business is brilliant. Most people need several exposures. So maybe have a great video available to send them. Invite them to an in-person presentation. Invite them to a Discover meeting or call. Stay in touch. A no isn't forever in a lot of cases. Build that relationship and stay the course. And here is another hard truth, but I'm here to level up with you. Sometimes a no, honestly, is I'm not confident with you as a leader. Maybe it's I'm not sure if you can do this. Maybe it's I don't want to follow you. And I know, friends, that could be really hard to hear. But let me ask you a hypothetical question. Are you committed to turn that obstacle into an opportunity? And you want to know the opportunity? The opportunity to become more, to develop, to become the leader people would want to follow, to evolve. People aren't joining just a company. They're joining you. Show them in the most humble way what you're made of. Give them a reason to join you because I believe in you. Friends, I'm so excited and grateful for where we are. There has never been a better time to be an entrepreneur. I love you all and I believe in you more than you know. Let's go and level up. Go and ask boldly. Turn those objections into opportunities to learn and grow and ask the next question and build your dream team.